This film is an unauthorized exploration in the life of Radrick Davis, known by his stage name Gucci Man. The perspectives presented in this film are independently gathered and do not represent the official views or endorsements of Gucci Man or 1017 Global Music LLC, his estate, or any associate parties. Thanks for watching the video.
Everything's cool, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been beefing with in the hood all my life, you know what I'm saying? But it's like one of the weakest I ever beef with. So it really ain't no problem. I would love to. I don't care. You see me with my wife, you can talk to me. I'ma smoke you. You know what's going on with me. Yeah, I ain't gonna tell nobody, not even the police. I don't believe in none of that shit. The only thing I believe in is don't tell the police. Man, hell no, shoot the fuck up. Shoot! And then that's when it just like, pow. Then that's when everybody just started running and shit.
We have a witness out there, a man that saw the 5 men go in. We have a woman that this young lady who he was with said, basically, she set him up.
Nigga throw your name in that shit, he's a snitch. That's what he is, a snitch ass, dog. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to get a no light, dog. Real talk, that nigga.
Even though it was self-defense, do you ever think about that? And you think like maybe I could have handled that different, especially when you did like the diss record?
He needed to be in the ground. I put his ass where he supposed to be. He tried me. Somebody comes to you, try to kill you, you know, and self-defense. Mm-hmm. So somebody try to kill you, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do.
What you gotta do, absolutely.
But then you started smashing his chick, and then he got angry.
Then he went to jail, and you started dating Keisha Dior.
Now I'm gonna go bang his girl.
I had already done that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But that was your...
So you banged your partner's girl?
Damn, guy, man. You ain't my friend, man.
I can't believe he did that. We ain't gonna never be friends, ever.
Yeah, he did say some things about your mom, too. I think that crosses the line when you start...
Yeah.
When you go there.
Yeah, you know, desperate people do desperate things.
Stupid going, dead serious. Real with M's and walking around, you feel me, wearing that in their face, you feel me? So I support, we represent the structure. Mayhem, man, you try me, you're gonna, you try to score, you're gonna, a slow, cut your pickers out, your out, broomstick up. I'm with all that. You got the right man. I promise you, I will never do this again. I will never come back into your courtroom. I just have one more chance.
The final product that everybody sees of Gucci Man in 2024 is the complete opposite of what everybody fell in love with back around the early 2000 era where Gucci was running the Atlanta streets. This is when Gucci Man was a work in progress. Being born Radrick Davis on February 12, 1980 in Bessemer, Alabama, a former coal town turned southwest Birmingham suburb. Gucci's parents were hard-working, being that his father, Ralph Dudley, was a U.S. serviceman and power plant worker, while his mother, Vicki Jean Davis, was a social worker and teacher. According to Gucci, his family came from a strong military background. His granddad on his father's side served in the military for 12 years, and the grandfather on his mother's side served while being stationed in Korea for 2 years. Gucci's parents met in 1978, 2 years before he was born. Gucci has one older brother, and which came from a previous relationship before the mother met Gucci's father. Fun fact, Gucci pretty much was born into the trap mentality, being that Gucci's father was running from the law literally. As Gucci was being born into the world, his father fled to Detroit, Michigan to hide out. Being that Gucci's father was not present during the birth, Gucci took his mother's last name, Davis. Before moving to Atlanta, Gucci Man lived with his grandfather at his house, in which the street name comes 1017 First Avenue in Bessemer, Alabama. Gucci's grandfather would later pass due to a heart attack. Now in the 4th grade, he moved to East Atlanta with his mother and older brother. Not to dismiss the father, Gucci always revealed that he got his street swag from his father. He often described his father as a con man, even adopting the name Gucci from his dad and turning it into his own.
My pop was a hustler, straight up, you know what I'm saying? Up and down, no cut on it. He ain't worked now day in his life, you know what I mean? You look at his hands, it wasn't like no construction worker hand. You feel me? I already know that when I was a little boy. You feel me? His hands smoother than my mama hand, cause she go to work, you know what I'm saying? He straight was a hustler, so And I used to watch that, you know what I'm saying? The reason I came on So Ice Entertainment, because for as long as I know, my dad was giving us jury. Even if it was a link, rope, herringbone, ring, I lose or whatever, he always had me rocking ice. I felt like I paid homage to him by using his name, you know what I'm saying? They call him Gucci Mane Slim Daddy. He a hustler, you know what I mean? I definitely am a hustler. And I felt like I was a little better at it than he was. So they made me come on with Gucci Mane the Fly.
To be honest, like, most people in my neighborhood call me Black or Ray. Since I was a child, I've been called Gucci, Lil Gucci, because that was my daddy's nickname.
Really?
Growing up as a child, I kind of wanted to be known as I wanted to have my own name and my own person. So I always kind of like went away from the Gucci. I wanted to be called Ray. Because, my real name was Raydrick.
Right.
So I would introduce myself as Gucci. Somebody would call me that, but if I meet a girl, I'd say my name was Black or Ray. I would never say my name was Gucci. My grandfather was in and he was in too. He was stationed in Italy. And he was fascinated with the Gucci clothes over there. He came back and started calling my dad Gucci and my uncle Gucci. He called one of them Gucci Mane, one of them Gucci Boy. And that was their names for a long time. And then, my father just kept the nickname and it passed on to me.
According to Gucci Mane, and in his book, The Autobiography of Gucci Mane, he says his first taste of street life was dealing drugs with his older brother. He says during one particular holiday, it was the first time he got a taste for selling real hard drugs. His mother had given him $50 for Christmas. In return, Guwap went and purchased crack himself. Years later, Gucci had his first run-in with the law in 2001. Days after being kicked out of Georgia Perimeter College, Gucci was behind bars for trying to sell to an undercover cop. Ultimately, he was sentenced to 90 days in the county jail and then probation. Throughout Gucci's career, he had a lot of street beefs, and one of his first beefs was with a rapper by the name of Young Jeezy. The beef started from making music together, then subliminal messages around the city of Atlanta, to having several diss tracks back and forth between Gucci and Jeezy. Oh, and then you can't forget the death of one of Jeezy's associates, who allegedly they're saying that Gucci Mane himself. May of 2015, the song So Icy was an instant hit. So much that Jeezy figured the song would be featured on his debut album, Let's Get It Thug Motivation 101. But instead, Gucci used that same song for his first independent album, Trap House. Nevertheless, the song peaked at 46 on Billboard's hip-hop charts. Good for Gucci Mane's pockets, since this was on his album and him being an independent artist. But this was bad for Jeezy, in which he insists that Gucci never paid him for that feature at all. The streets was buzzing, not only about the beef, but the diss track that Young Jeezy released a month after So Icy was released. The song Stay Strapped had a lyric directed straight towards Gucci Mane. It says, I got a bounty on that 10 stacks. So if you come to your town and you just happen to snatch that off his neck, I'ma shoot you 10 stacks so I can cremate that. Now Guwap responded quickly with the diss track himself entitled Round 1. Now in the song, Gucci Mane says, that Jeezy man, a fake. Gucci prepared himself for a lengthy battle by declaring in the chorus, this is round 1 of Gucci Mane vs. Jeezy.
I don't a pussy.
Nice. So, what's got you feeling that way, man?
Just be doing a little ass shit, you know what I'm saying? Should do, you know what I mean? Like a little
Alright. So where's all that coming from? Because, I mean, y'all had the song together. It seemed like the relationship was going along pretty alright. You know, y'all both repping the A.
I thought it was a real man, but you know, they was carbon copy, man. And Oreo.
Alright. So what really was the beginning of the end and making you feel this way that you feel right now?
Tried to get my song on this album, and I think he couldn't do it. You know what I mean? Just came out of it.
So what he started doing exactly?
You know, just making diss records. Going on the radio saying little shit. You know what I'm saying? Popping to niggas and shit.
Was he doing that in Atlanta or in markets that you might not have been in?
He going to markets I ain't been in yet and do a show before I get there and tell them don't buy my record when it come out.
You actually heard that cats was saying like, don't buy Gucci out.
I seen it on videotape. So that what made me just flip out like this.
Okay. So now, when was the first time you heard a diss record from Jeezy?
I was doing a show in like in Tampa, Florida, and while I was riding out, we heard it on the radio.
So like, did that feel like it kind of came out of nowhere? Like, yo, what the f is going on?
No, actually I anticipated, you know what I'm saying, but still I got, you know what I mean, I got to handle it. Everything's cool, man, you know what I'm saying. I've been beefing with in the hood all my life, you know what I'm saying, but it's like one of the weakest I ever beef with. So it really ain't no problem.
I mean, you know, we ain't never had no relationship, man. boy, man. You know what I'm saying? I really don't like to be compared to that nigga, man, because, like, I'm like a VHS, homie. You can rewind me back. Everybody in the city know me, dog. Like, this nigga, you know, basically I did another nigga a favor, dog, you know, and the nigga is a f***ing gnat at a barbecue, dog. The nigga, he trying to get some shine, man. He can't get no shine on me. I'm a boss, dog. He's an artist, you know what I'm saying? And, like, you know, as far as the streets are concerned, you know, I really don't like to speak on shit, man. I mean, real talk, in a nutshell, my nigga, ain't no beef, because that nigga know I'm out every day. If you want to see me anytime, he come see me. And while y'all let it tell that quit calling my phone, copy deuces, man, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? We straight, homie. And as far as the other shit concerned, you know, I just really don't like this on my name and all this shit to sell records. That's a whole move. Any from any hood know if you get in any type of trouble and you throw your name in that shit, he's a snitch ass. That's what he is, a bitch ass, snitch ass, dog. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to get no light, dog. Real talk. That nigga. In a nutshell, it was never no beef. We never had any words about no song or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Then just somebody got in the ear and told him, hey, look, you want to come up? This is what you got to do. And all that popping off, what he doing, talking about what he doing, renting cars. The only thing I ever rented was some jet skis in Cancun, 93. What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Got me f***ed up. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, I don't like the clowns, but come on, man, this little they have on no ice. When we did ice, he was run around my sessions, dirty t-shirts and dirty shoes, begging to get on it. It's the song, and he flipped. You know, I tell the dog, you know what I'm saying, when you earn something, and that's real to you, that's what you do. You earn it. You know what I'm saying? I earn that shit. That's why I take it so real. You know what I'm saying? He lucked up, got a song, got on, now you want to talk crazy. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. That ain't how it go.
Literally days after, Gucci Mane almost lost his life. According to the reports, 4 men broke into the house of a female and began to put hands on Gucci Mane. According to the rumors, the robbery was intended for Gucci Mane's iced out ice cream cone charm. In the midst of the whole ordeal, Gucci allegedly grabbed one of the robbers' weapons and started to shoot back, hitting one man. Once the shots were fired inside the apartment, everyone fled the scene.
He's had to defend his life last week, and now he has to defend his freedom.
He's not going to say anything, okay? He's a suspect, and I'm his lawyer, and I'm not going to let him say anything. Basically what happened, to make a long story real short, he visited a young lady, went over to her place. She was there, he was there. At one point, she opened up a door. 5 guys come running in.
Are y'all seriously sending 5 people in the house to try to kill me?
One of them had green tape. One of them had a weapon. One of them had brass knuckles and hit him with brass knuckles. Didn't hit him real hard, had him wrapped up. Another guy had a weapon, hit one of the other guys with a weapon. It became a situation where he defended himself. Somebody yelled, one of the other 5 guys yelled, shoot him, something to that effect. He grabbed a gun that was nearby and he opened fire to defend himself. It was just him and a girl in there, and the 5 guys came in there to hurt him. So basically, he defended himself. From when I talked to the detective indicated he was set up. We have an independent witness I tried to give to the detective. The detective basically doesn't want a whole lot more information. We have a witness out there, a man that saw the 5 men go in. We have a woman that this young lady who he was with said basically she set him up. We're not sure of all the other facts yet.
This is life from our artists. This is life could mean the life of his project. And it's not just Gucci Mane who's at stake right now. It is Big Cat Records. It is hip-hop industry as a whole. It is the consumers of music and the people who look up to these rappers. This is a serious matter.
Somebody got you feel me, and ran into a house and tried to Gucci, and Gucci just got out of there with his life. Over hype. Over rep.
The man who was hit, government named Henry Lee Clark III, known to the music and street world as Pookie Loc. The artist had a heavy affiliation with Young Jeezy. Reports say Pookie Loc was later found at a nearby school in Decatur, Georgia.
Do you feel like it was a setup because cats came like after you, like they was coming to get you?
Yeah, I think it was a setup.
Okay. Do you have any indications on who it might be? Have you heard anything on the streets? Just whatever you feel in your own heart?
Well, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, ain't too many people got the motive to do something like that. I just like a detective, learn, you know what I'm saying, look at the motive, who has motive to do it. And this has motive.
Jeezy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Straight up.
So it's real serious then when we talking about like actually trying to like set somebody up to take someone's lives. It's on a whole nother level. It's past just the wax.
It's like, I guess it's scared of competition. You know what I'm saying? I'm independent. He major. What the hell you beefing with me for?
A man that was with Gucci Mane during the incident explained an untold story on No Jumper's website, claiming that the woman set the pair up, being that she stopped at a gas station just before arriving to her residence.
We both slick, like, kind of knew, bro.
That she was shady?
Yeah, cause we stopped at a store first. Stopped at a motherfucking store first, bro. I goes in the store, the bitch ain't even in the fucking store, she in the bathroom. But it don't ring no bell yet. It don't ring no bell yet, cause we don't see how close she stay from the store. Boom, 2 blocks, we at her crib. But it's still not fucking making no sense. It's a living room right here, it's a hall. I'm sitting down, I'm right here first, he right there. All of a sudden, goddamn, it was just so quick. As soon as I seen it, nigga, boom, he hit me. We kind of fought back, kind of, man, hell no, nigga, shoot the fuck, shoot. And then that's when it just like, pow. Then that's when everybody just started running and shit.
During a phone call interview from jail, Gucci Mane admitted that he was upset, he was scared a little, but he had to do what he had to do. He says that he had remorse for everything that happened that night.
Even though it was self-defense, do you ever think about that and you think like maybe I could have handled that different, especially when you did like the diss record?
He needed to be in the ground. I put his ass where he supposed to be. He tried me. Somebody come to you, try to kill you, you know, and self-defense. So somebody try to kill you, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do, absolutely.
May 24th, Gucci Mane posted a $100,000 bond for that charge. 2 months after being free in July of 2005, Gucci Mane is arrested again, this time in Miami for an aggravated assault, which occurred earlier that month. The altercation involved a club promoter visiting Big Cat Records, the label that Gucci was signed to. The promoter claimed that the argument ensued between him and Gucci when he turned his back on Gucci. This is when Gucci struck him with a pool stick and continued to strike him once he fell to the ground. Gucci's lawyer claimed that the rapper wasn't involved in that incident that night. Gucci pled no contest to the charges. He was found guilty of aggravated assault with a weapon for the incident and was charged for 6 months in prison, and he will remain on probation for 6.5 years. He also agreed to pay medical bills for about $3,000. While sitting in jail for that Miami arrest, January of 2006, Gucci Mane learned that charge for Pookie Loke was dropped because of self-defense, and an eyewitness backed up his claim. Now it's rumored that the landlord to the building seen the whole thing go down. Guwap was free.
We hear you're going to have a news conference tomorrow.
Not only did this case elevate Gucci Mane to another level, the streets in the industry started to look at Gucci like a real gangster who just happened to rap. Now, while Gucci was fighting this case, both him and Jeezy kept the G code and kept everything quiet. Only a year after this went down is when Gucci started to talk about Jeezy again, this time during a freestyle called 745. Gucci spoke on his decision to fight back against his attackers in 2005. One of the lyrics said, "I smell, nah, that's Jeezy. You ain't no snowman, you're more like a snowflake, cupcake, cornflake, too fake." Now the next run-in with the law was in 2007. Gucci Mane was accused of robbing a close associate after a night out on the town. According to the incident report, the police responded to a robbery that occurred 7 hours prior. The victim stated that tension started earlier that day before he attended a show with the rapper Gucci Mane. After the show, the victim, Mr. White, and Gucci Mane got into a physical altercation. So bad that the victim had to take a cab home from Columbus, Georgia, back to Atlanta, Georgia. The ride cost the victim $200. The following day, the victim says Gucci Mane showed up to his house and knocked on his door. The victim thought Gucci was there to apologize. Instead, Gucci Mane allegedly became fidgety and then pulled out a weapon on the victim and stated, "If you ever try me like that again, now give me what you got. taking the victim's $400 and pulled off in his infamous white Hummer. Now, September of 2008, Gucci Mane was arrested for only completing 25 hours out of 600 required community service hours from that 2005 assault case. The probation violation led to 6 months of incarceration at the Fulton County Jail. He went to jail and would serve time until March of 2009.
Judge said, judging by his record, Radrick Davis, otherwise known as Gucci Mane, is not a worthy candidate for probation. So the judge decided to end a portion of his probation and send him to jail.
Mr. Davis, I want to revoke 1 year.
Fulton County Superior Court Judge John Goger decided to revoke 1 year of Radrick Davis's 3.5 years of probation on an assault charge. That means the rapper known as Gucci Mane will have to serve that 1 year in jail. The judge made that decision after hearing Davis has only completed about 25 hours of the 600 hours he was ordered to perform 2 years ago. It also didn't help Gucci Mane when prosecutors mentioned that he violated the terms of his probation by drinking alcohol and doing drugs.
Did the defendant admit using to you?
Yes, sir, he did. And
just before the judge revoked part of Davis's probation, he asked the rapper if he had anything to say. Gucci Mane told the judge he'd performed community service by speaking to children at schools and events, and that he was sorry that the unapproved appearances weren't properly documented.
I promise you, I will never do this again. I will never come back into your courtroom. I just have one more chance.
And of course, he didn't get that chance in part because Davis was given a chance to avoid a probation revocation back in 2006, and also because he was arrested in Henry County in July for possession, driving under the influence, and being in possession of a weapon by a convicted felon. We're live at the Fulton County Courthouse. Tom Jones, Channel 2 Action News.
November of 2009, Gucci Mane would be back in court for another probation violation, and he left in cuffs. He would have to serve time until May of 2010. While in jail, his major label debuted, The State vs. Radrick Davis. It was released December 8th through Warner Brothers Records the next month.
I'm the defense attorney telling him how to write out the sentence.
That's the wrong show. You know, the one who makes you really cold?
Yeah.
Mr. Hudson, Mr. Finley, you ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. This is the case of State of Georgia versus Radrick Davis. My name is Jesse Gall. Mr. Davis, you...
It states the same thing. Just based on what the criminal history of Mr. Davis, we must ask for a no.
I asked him and confirmed that there was no attempt to serve him at a studio, at a residence. Accordingly, it was confirmed there was no holds. Contacted fugitive, knowing from doing this for a while, of information about my client. I do want to say that I have a community service letter from somebody with the Atlanta Public Schools that I'll tender. I've shown counsel. I'll tender to Your Honor if I can approach.
Sure.
The excessive amount, whatever that is, we're just asking that the bond, their bond be set. I never asked for an amount. That's not my job. My job is to ask for bond. The conditions I leave in the courts with the court's discretion.
Okay. Well, in the exercise of my discretion, I understand your position, Mr. Finley, but this gentleman does have an aggravated battery.
Back on the streets in November of 2010, Gucci Mane was arrested again. An off-duty officer noticed a white Hummer driving recklessly on the North Side Drive and reported the vehicle. When the officers finally caught up with the vehicle, Gucci and an unnamed man were arguing outside a body shop. The officers attempted to intervene. Gucci ignored them and then punched the man he had a dispute with, eventually leading them to pepper spray the rapper. He will be booked under various charges including damage to government property, obstruction, driving without a license, reckless driving, running a red light or stoplight, failure to maintain a lane, driving on the wrong side of the road, and the charges were eventually dropped, but he still risked violating his probation. A special plea of mental incompetence was filed in the courtroom, claiming he was in no state to fight with prosecutors.
Yeah, hey, you. Waiting on you. Hey, how y'all doing?
I got a statement prepared I want to speak to y'all about. Can I get the light right here? Can I get the light right here? First and foremost, I would like to thank my legal counsel, White Thomas and Michael Holmes, for their excellent representation, as well as my labor Sal and Warner Brothers Records for sticking me through my situation, helping me through my time behind bars. Most importantly, I want to thank all of my fans for their support while I have been away. Their letters and your words of encouragement helped me make it through. None of my success would be possible without you. I have made some mistakes in my life and hurt a lot of people who care about me. I worked very hard to get past them. Those mistakes have brought me to where I am today. That will not be repeated. These past 6 months have been a difficult time. Unfortunately, I have learned a great deal from my experience. I was able to do a great deal of soul searching. I'm coming out with a new attitude towards life. Unfortunately, my incarceration also came at a pivotal point in my career. This is my first major label album dropping. I was forced to miss what should have been one of the proudest moments of my life. This is something I will make sure never happens again. My time in jail was trying. I grew from it and I'm not stronger and a better person. I want to continue on the value track and truly focus on being a role model to my fans and my community. I'm looking towards the future with a newfound respect and appreciation for the law and a strong dedication to my music and my career. With that in mind, I have already begun to make positive strides towards the future. I've launched a new label, 1017 Rich World Records, affiliation with Silent Warner Brothers Records. Now I'm working with a new team. I'm looking forward to getting back to business and start making hits. I'm extremely excited about my new album, The Appeal, which will be dropping at the end of this month. Over the course of 2010, 1017 Rich World Records will be releasing albums from my artists, Flock of Flame, as well as my group Blue Squad, which features Walker, OJ the Juice Man, and myself. In July, we'll be heading out on a nationwide tour and things across the country to continue the movement. Finally, a lot of things happened while I was away. I'm back to address these things. The rap game is in need of substance right now, and I'm here for the streets right on time. I can't wait to show the world why I feel that now that I'm free, ironically, I'm the most wanted man in Georgia. I'm hungry for success and ready to compete, so may the competition begin. I set out 5 years ago to be the #1 rapper in hip-hop, and today that journey continues with an even sharper focus. I challenge all artists to put out the best music they ever made this summer. I want to sell nothing less than victory, but I still want worthy opponents. To everyone who is their fan, thanks for y'all support.
Now next month, Gucci Mane went to jail again. This was during a raid at Waka Flocka's home. Waka wasn't there, but the officers found Gucci Mane. They cuffed him and took him into custody, but he was eventually released without any charges.
New at 5, Henry County Police raided a popular rap artist's home in the Eagles Landing subdivision and arrested 2 people on weapons and marijuana charges. Channel 2's Eric Phillips is live in Henry County with information he just confirmed with police. Eric.
Linda, within the last hour, we confirmed with Henry County Police that the home they raided here in this subdivision behind me around 7 this morning is that of popular local rap star Waka Flocka Flame. Henry County Police went to the home on Bayberry Hills here in the Eagles Landing subdivision. Inside, they found a small amount of drugs and 2 handguns. We have been told that though Waka Flocka, whose real name is Jaquin Malfers, lives at the home, he rents it from someone else. We also understand that popular rapper Gucci Mane was also at the home at the time of the raid and that he was detained for a short time and then later released. 2 men have been arrested so far. Police say they are looking for a 3rd person at the time of the raid. Apparently, Waka Flocka was not at home. Live in Henry County, Eric Phillips, Channel 2 Action News.
January of 2011, the Superior Court of Georgia's Fulton County ordered Gucci Mane to a psychiatric hospital due to the mental incompetence filing. The judge ordered that Gucci Mane is transported to a 111-bed psychiatric and a chemical dependency treatment facility. He will undergo tests to determine his mental health. He was sent to the Anchor Hospital on January 13th. A few days after being released, this is when Gucci Mane got that infamous ice cream tattoo on his face. According to Guap, he says at the time, the tattoo represented how he lived his life. Ice cold. Now, in an interview in the Morning Hustle as of recent, the Atlanta rapper admitted that if he could do it all over again, he wouldn't have got that particular tattoo. He says, I wouldn't take credit for starting the trend, but I think I definitely made people think it was something cool to do, he said. I was going through something when I did it. If I could do it all over again, I probably wouldn't have done it. People don't know the backstory to that. I wasn't in a healthy space at that time. That was just something sporadic I did. April of 2011, Gucci was arrested while visiting his parole officer for an incident where he pushed a woman out of a moving vehicle in January. Now, the lady name was Miss Graham. She advised that she was at the South DeKalb Mall on 2801 Chandler Road waiting for the beauty store to open near Conway. Miss Graham was approached by a male in a white Hummer who introduced himself as Gucci. Gucci asked if she wanted to get breakfast. She agreed to go. She got in his vehicle, and Gucci later stated that he was the rapper Gucci Mane. Gucci Mane turned westbound on I-20 from Chandler Road, but exited on Flat Shoals. Ms. Graham asked what he was doing and where was he going. Gucci Mane stated that he wanted to go to a hotel and he would give her $150. Ms. Graham refused and stated, "Just take me back to the mall. I can make my own money." Gucci Mane leaned over to Ms. Graham and opened the passenger door and pushed her out of the vehicle while it was still in motion. The vehicle was westbound on Brandon Road. Gucci Mane shoved Ms. Graham several times in the side and shoulder area, attempting to get her out of his vehicle. The vehicle left the roadway on 2014 Brandon Road. Gucci was able to push Ms. Graham out of the vehicle, which was still moving. Ms. Graham had redness on her left side/back area. Metro 6 responded and transported Ms. Graham to the AMC with complaints of soreness and pain.
These pictures were taken by DeKalb County Sheriff deputies who arrested the rap star while he was visiting his probation officer. He was transported to the DeKalb County Jail where he was booked in and will wait for a probation hearing. The incident he is charged with happened on January 28th, according to an incident report from the DeKalb County Police Department. According to the report, Gucci Mane picked up a 36-year-old woman at South DeKalb Mall in a white Hummer after he asked her if she wanted to go to breakfast. But eventually the woman realized they were headed somewhere else. And according to the report, Gucci Mane stated he wanted to go to a hotel and that he would give her $150. The woman refused, and while the car was moving along Brandon Road, the report says Gucci Mane opened the passenger door and pushed the woman out of the vehicle.
Just kind of like, like a face palm kind of thing. He's like, why did he push somebody out of a moving car? Yo, you about to be like...
That wasn't true. That was a lie.
Fabricated?
Yeah, that was straight a lie. I ain't pushing nobody in no car. It's just false. So it ain't even nothing about that, and nothing about that was true. But all the other stuff you saying out of, yeah. If you see somebody got a blessed opportunity and they keep fumbling the ball, you're supposed to be like, what's up with them?
Right.
If somebody else had the opportunity, they would have appreciated it. So I get it.
On September 13th, Gucci was sentenced to 6 months in the county jail after pleading guilty to 2 counts of battery, reckless conduct, and disorderly conduct. He will only serve 3 months for good behavior and was released on December 11th. Diana Graham sued and won her settlement for an estimated $58,000. The Yo Gotti beef. Now, same as Jeezy, Gucci and Yo Gotti were musical collaborators at one point in 2012. The pair dropped 2 mixtapes, the definition of a G mixtape with DJ Drama and the G mixtape with Trapaholics. But the friendship will be short-lived. October of 2012, Gucci Mane was gearing up to release his mixtape Trap God, which was set to be released October 17, 2012. Of course, the numbers being 1017, which represented his record label and the place he grew up in Alabama. In a disrespectful way, or at least how Gucci viewed it, or how he took it, Yo Gotti was releasing his mixtape on the same day, CM7, The World Is Ours. Word got around that Gucci was upset and not feeling the move by Gotti. In return, Yo Gotti reached out to Gucci Mane and eventually got on good terms. Out of respect, Gotti moved the release of his album one day back to 10/18. But Gucci being Gucci, he never got over that move. Now, Yo Gotti didn't even know it was smoke until Gucci released a diss track which mentioned Yo Gotti. Now, the lines was, "I used to F with Gotti till he turned into a buster." Gucci Mane says he lost respect for Gotti, and in return, Yo Gotti says he was disappointed in Gucci for his antics. To add fuel to the fire, it was rumored that Yo Gotti had a relationship with who is now Keisha Dior, Gucci Mane's baby mama and current wife. You see, at the time, Gucci Mane was dealing with a huge lean addiction, and on top of that, mental health issues. So the rapper went on one of the biggest Twitter rants, where he exposed his friends, especially Waka Flocka, who was Gucci's personal goon turned rapper. Waka Flocka was signed to Gucci at the time of the rant. Now on the Twitter rant, he says, "Tell her interdiction my in her throat. I moved that bitch to Atlanta. She was sleeping in the car. I pulled that bitch off Wayne bus. Me and Waka was hitting Nicki Minaj. That's nothing. F Jeezy, Tip, Gotti, Waka, Nicki Minaj, Drake, Wu, Frenchie 2 Chainz, Coach K, Kior, Eminem, OJ, Rock, Quavo, Takeoff, everybody. Now I'm not just born rich, I wake up real and go to sleep real. It's as effortless as breathing. And rappers are strippers, gossiping but fake as hell. I swear to God, me and Scooter the last real authentic street left. How do y'all let these suckers trick y'all? Baffles me. It's easy for me. Everyone in the industry has a hidden agenda. Every person let greed and pride conquer them. It's sad, but I've been in jail so much it humbled me." Then he said, "Name your top 3 rappers." Mine's Jeezy, Yo Gotti, and Tip. No brainer, but there are hundreds of more. Now, one thing about Gotti is he really didn't get into the disses with the public. Gotti was more of a sneak disser when it came to guwap. Now, during a Breakfast Club interview, Gotti admitted to the interviewers that he did sleep with Gucci Mane's girl when Gucci Mane was in jail. Gotti's excuse was he didn't know Gucci Mane was in love with her like that. Outside looking in, Gotti won the battle without saying all too much.
Man, the first time Gucci ever tweeted me, I was in the studio. Somebody sent it to me, and I called his phone like 6 times in a row. He answered probably like on the 6th one. On like the 6th.
How did Gucci answer the phone? What did he say?
Wow.
Who did it? I thought you asked me for a chick. I thought you were smashing his chick or something.
Oh man, like in home, like he didn't even speak about what he tweeted. He was like, "Oh man, you put Jeezy and Tip on the Rags remix. Jeezy tried to kill me." I'm like, what?
But then you started smashing his chick, and then he got angry.
Then he went
again.
to jail, and you started dating Keisha Dior.
Now I'm gonna go bang his girl.
I had already done that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But that was your.
So you banged your partner's girl.
Damn, guy, you ain't my friend, man.
But that was your girlfriend, though, right? Wasn't that like?
Guy said, "Envy my partner." Oh, I didn't know that was your wife.
I ain't know that. Like, I ain't know that. I ain't know, like, you know, like you in love and all that.
Yeah, I got you.
Come on, man. You know how the gang go.
As of making this video, the two are still not cool or on speaking terms. Another beef that went right after the Yo Gotti beef was Waka Flocka, who was a protege to Gucci Mane, real close with Gucci Mane. Before the public heard about it, allegedly Waka Flocka and Gucci Mane wasn't seeing eye to eye. But in 2013, the issues came to a head and the public got to watch the beef with front row seats. During another viral Twitter rant, Gucci announced on his page that he was dropping Waka Flocka from his label. He said, "Waka Flocka Flames officially dropped from Brick Squad 1017. Big Guwap say, give me an offer for this disloyal little guy." Flocka replied, "Somebody tell Gucci Mane to SMD." A week later, Waka Flocka spoke in an interview saying he had no beef with Gucci Mane, but they just had 2 different goals. They're going in their own routes respectfully. Now, during a breakfast interview with Waka Flocka, he says Gucci Mane became jealous of his own protege. He said, "It was when I started going on tours, when I started buying different cars, I'm not leasing nothing. Start buying jewelry, Gucci's conversation changes with me," who admits at one point he wanted to put grown man hands on Guwap. He continued on to say, "If I catch him, it's going digital. I don't want to harm him. I just want to slap him a few times. Like a little brother. Gucci lost his noodles. People will think he's a gangster, but he really needs medical attention."
It just seems he's going at everybody that he was ever friendly with.
Yeah, like me and Walker hit this from the back and the front. I'm like, yo.
So did you knock off Nicki Minaj?
Nah, man. Y'all, the world would have known, man. She's too poppin'. I can't believe he did that. We ain't gonna never be friends, ever.
Yeah, he did say some things about your mom, too. I think that crosses the line when you start, when you go there.
Yeah, you know, desperate people do desperate things. Man, Gucci lost his noodles, man. People just think he's gangster and all he really need medical attention, man.
The next month, Gucci Mane filed for a lawsuit against Waka Flocka and his mother. Now, Waka Flocka's mother was Gucci Mane's manager previously. Now, in the federal lawsuit, Gucci Mane accuses the mother and son of fraud, racketeering, theft, and the breach of contract. The lawsuit claims Waka Flocka violated his contract, and Waka Flocka's mother took control of Gucci Mane's label without the approval of Gucci. It was reported that Gucci sued the pair for millions of dollars. Now, that same month, Gucci ran into another legal issue, March of 2013. The Atlanta police issued a warrant for Gucci Mane's arrest after allegedly attacking a fan for attempting to get a picture with him. James, a soldier in attendance at the Harlem nightclub, was speaking to Gucci Mane's security guard outside of VIP. They were talking about snapping a picture with the artist when Gucci Mane attacked him with a champagne bottle. The bottle left him with a deep gash that was treated at the Grady Memorial Hospital. He needed 10 stitches and suffered from a concussion and bad headaches.
He says he was stunned when Davis reacted violently to his request.
I looked at him and was in a shock of why one of his friends hit me in the side of my face.
James went to Grady Hospital by ambulance where he got 10 stitches. According to this promotional flyer, Gucci Mane was at the club promoting his new mixtape. Davis has been arrested several times. This video shows him in court in 2011 after DeKalb police said he pushed a woman out of a moving car.
We do have an actual active warrant for Mr. Davis for aggravated assault.
Now, Lieutenant Jeff Canton says Atlanta police are looking for Davis.
That is dangerous because if there was to be any other fan or trying to approach him, ain't no telling what else he might do to them.
James says he has a concussion and is suffering from bad headaches.
He could have possibly. I just hope and pray that I recover pretty well because I still want to serve my military career.
It wasn't until that very end of the month of March that Gucci tuned himself in for aggravated assault charges. He was denied bond and appeared in court April 10th, where he was indicted for 1 count of aggravated assault. 2 days later, he posted a $75,000 bail, but he wouldn't be free for long. The next day, he was arrested for violating his parole. It would be 3 weeks before he was released. On and just after midnight on September 14th of 2013, Gucci is arrested near an intersection of Moorhead and East Confederate Avenues by police responding to a call from a friend who had grown concerns about his erratic behavior. According to the police report, as officers arrived on the scene, Gucci grew increasingly agitated, yelling and cursing and threatening police. At one point, even telling the responding officers that he would hit them up. Gucci is searched and found a clear baggie of tree, a loaded .40 weapon in his right jean pocket. An EMS team sedated him and took him to the Grady Hospital, where he was charged with disorderly conduct, felony in possession of a firearm, possession of a controlled substance, and carrying a concealed weapon without a license. He spent the night in Grady Hospital for psychiatric evaluation before being transferred to the DeKalb County Jail. It was about 2 weeks later, it was announced that Gucci would be charged with possession of a convicted felon, disorderly conduct, carrying a concealed weapon, tree possession, and a probation violation. 2 months after, Gucci was indicted by the federal grand jury for 2 counts of possession by a felon. Stemming from that night on Moorhead Avenue, he was also indicted 2 days earlier when the police responded to a disturbance at the office of Gucci Mane's attorneys, Drew Fining, where they found a loaded .45 Taurus among Gucci Mane's things. Gucci Mane claimed that the weapon belonged to his girlfriend, who was not on the scene. No charges were filed at that time, but the feds picked it up. On December 3rd, 2013, Gucci Mane is arraigned in the federal court for those 2 weapons, carrying a maximum sentence of 10 years and $250,000 for each fine. Now, while sitting in federal jail for 5 months after, on May 13th, 2014, Gucci Mane pled guilty to the possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, awaiting the trial in the federal case. On August 10th, 2014, the U.S. District Judge Steve Jones sentenced him to 39 months in federal prison with the credit for time served. On September 15th, 2014, Gucci received an additional 3-year sentence in Fulton County's jail for pleading guilty for that aggravated assault stemming from the incident where he hit the military guy with the bottle over his head. So Gucci was away to do those 39 months in federal prison. Now, on May 26, 2016, Gucci Mane was released from the federal prison and hit the ground running. Within 24 hours of getting released, the rapper released the song First Day Out the Feds. Now, one of the first visuals of the rapper in his newfound physique. His first post on social media was in all white, telling the fans he was home and he was there to celebrate the Memorial Weekend.
The Wizard.
The Wizard, you a free man, baby. Talk to your fans, honey.
Happy Memorial Day weekend. Thank you to my fans. Appreciate my lady.
Love you.
Yeah.
Yeah. First day out?
First day out the feds. Appreciate y'all support on that.
We heard it on the radio everywhere. That's dope.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Shout out to the Breakfast Club for premiering it, too.
That's beautiful. Shout out to everybody.
All right, now. We going swimming or what? The water look nice.
Almost immediately after, fans thought Gucci Mane was a clone. The rapper went from 290 pounds when he turned himself into the federal prison to weighing 190 pounds when he left. Fans throughout the world couldn't believe that was really Gucci Mane. Some really kept saying he was a clone. Not only was his body different, but Gucci had new veneer teeth and was speaking properly, not the usual slur that fans were used to and grew to love. That same year, Gucci Mane married Keisha Dior, in which he proposed to her during an Atlantic Hawks basketball game. Fans in an uproar with the narrative that he really was a clone because everyone thought Gucci was hard on these women. During the time, Gucci had an impersonator that was trying to capitalize off his success.
Show who it is. Show who it is. Hold on. Hold on. Gucci! Gucci! Oh! Gucci! Oh! Okay. Gucci! Back up, you gonna kick the camera. Oh! You gonna kick the camera back up. You how many spits can you do at 1? Oh, 2, 3, 4. Don't bust them jeans. 5, 6. This a wrestler. You're a wrestler. 7. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. 10. That's enough.
Gucci denied the claims and explained exactly how he lost the weight. He claims his diet was a lot cleaner. During the interview, he says, "I ate squash, which I never ate before, along with zucchini. I eat a lot of cashews, peanuts, bananas, apples, and I love salmon and chicken." He said that in the interview, "I try to eat very clean and I drink about 120 to 130 ounces of water a day. I mark everything I eat on a chart so I can keep track of my daily intake." Now, as of March 2024, Gucci hasn't been arrested since the year of 2014. It's a complete 180. From somebody who said he loved jail and loved prison, all it took was a little bit of act right and a woman on his side to keep him in straight and narrow.